Good morning, children. In today's class, we will be starting a new topic from your English reader book. The name of the topic goes like this: Alice in Wonderland. This is the adventure story which is full of humor and fun. Children, the name of the topic is Alice in Wonderland. Alice, she is the main role in the story, and where she is in Wonderland. Wonderland is the place which is full of wonderful things. This story is full of magic. Before you read, children, I want to tell you few things regarding this lesson. Have you ever seen a rabbit talking like a human being? Did you ever seen a rabbit like this ever before? No. But in this story, you will be seeing a rabbit like this. What do you think will happen if animals start talking? What a fascinating world it will be. Isn't it will be so interesting when the animal will start talking like human beings? This will be so fascinating. Let's now read a small extract adapted from Lewis Carroll's popular children's fantasy book, Alice's Adventure in Wonderland, which is full of humor and magic. This story is adapted from a book. The name of the book is Alice's Adventure in Wonderland, and this is a fantasy book which is full of adventure, humor and magic. And the writer of this book is Lewis Carroll. There's a warning, children, before reading this lesson. What is that warning? You must leave all your logical reasoning behind before you begin reading this extract. Before you read this piece of lesson, you have to leave all your thoughts of your logical thoughts or reasoning behind, that why this happened, how this happened, and how can a rabbit talk like that, how Alice, she can grow up so fast and she shrink into a small size. So these kind of questions are not to be asked and not to be think about it, but you have to go with the flow. You have to read the line the way it is written and you have to imagine it. Children, just enjoy the story. The name of the story is Alice in Wonderland. Let's see the first paragraph of the lesson. One summer day, Alice and her kitten, Dinah, was sitting on the branch of a tree. Down below, her sister was reading aloud from a history book. Here you will find the main character of the story, that is Alice, and along with her, a kitten. Her name is Dinah. She is also sitting. And below, under the tree, you will find Alice's sister sitting and reading aloud a history book. But Alice was not listening. Alice was not listening to Dinah. She was dreaming of a world where cats and rabbits wore clothes and lived in little houses. She was only dreaming of rabbits and cats, those who were wearing clothes and they were living in little houses. She picked up Dinah. Dinah is her kitten, and climbed down from the tree. She picked up Dinah and climbed down from the tree. And you can see Alice, she is into the imaginary world. She is dreaming about rabbits and cat, those who were wearing clothes and they were living in little houses. Just then, at that moment, a white rabbit came scuttling along. Scuttling means, children, to take a short step, a quick step. He was clutching a large watch. The rabbit was clutching. Clutching means holding tightly. A large watch. The rabbit looked at his watch as he ran past. The rabbit was looking at his watch. Why we look watch? We look watch because we want to reach to the place on time. Alice muttering, I am late, I am late. Who was muttering? Muttering means to speak in a low voice, a private kind of speech which only you can hear. So, rabbit was muttering that I am late, I am late. Now Alice might be thinking where he is going and why he is late. She was curious now. How curious, gasped Alice. It is strange, a rabbit who is running late. Where he is moving? What could a rabbit possibly be late for? What is that thing? Why he is late? Please, she cried. Alice called him. Wait for me. But he didn't listen. He just went and he was into hurry. But the rabbit did not stop. He did not stop. I am late, I am late, he cried and disappeared into a large hole at the foot of a tree. The rabbit did not listen to Alice. Alice was calling him, but he did not listen. He was late and he disappeared into a large hole. This is the large hole at the foot of a tree. Alice was now very curious. She was looking in the hole and she was curious, eager to know that why this hole is made here and why he went inside. What is inside? She squeezed into the dark hole and crawled after him. She is so big and the hole is small. She wants to go inside and see what is there, what kind of world is there. And she moved inside the hole and she has to squeeze her body to pass through the narrow space. And she crawled after him. She managed to go inside the hole. Suddenly, she found herself falling down. As she moved inside the hole, she found herself falling down, down, down. Luckily, her dress ballooned like a parachute and she began floating. As she moved inside, her dress worked like a parachute, like a balloon. It was floating in the air. She looked around and saw that there were all kinds of strange pictures and furniture hanging on the wall of the tunnel. She was looking there in the hole. It was kind of tunnel. And there all strange kind of pictures and furnitures were hanging on the wall. What is balloon? To swell into a spherical shape. Meaning of parachute, a device like an umbrella. At last, Alice reached the bottom. Finally, she touched down the ground. The white rabbit was just disappearing around the corner at the end of a long corridor. There was a long corridor where the rabbit was just going and he was almost disappeared. It means that he was vanished. Wait, cried Alice, chasing after him. Alice was chasing only rabbit and he was not listening to her. At the end of the corridor was a tiny door. This is the end of the corridor and here you will find a tiny door. This is the knob of the door. Alice tried the doorknob. She tried to open the doorknob. Eek! This is a sound. When cried a voice. The doorknob was speaking. She heard and she was so surprised to listen the voice made by doorknob, and it was the doorknob who was speaking eek, and he cried in that voice. "I'm looking for a white rabbit," said Alice. "Please let me through." Alice told the door that she was looking for a white rabbit. "Please let me in." "Sorry, you are too big," replied the doorknob. "The bottle on the table over there." Alice looked around and saw the bottle labeled "Drink Me." She requested doorknob to let her in. But doorknob, he told to Alice that there is a bottle on the table. Then she quickly went and saw the bottle labeled like "Drink Me." It was labeled as "Drink Me." Alice tasted a little. She tasted a drop of a bottle soon, and after that she finished every drop, and she finished the whole bottle. Suddenly, Alice began to shrink. Shrink means to reduce in size. Soon, she became so tiny that she was able to get through the little door. And after that, she was so tiny after drinking the bottle, which was labeled as "Drink Me," she became tiny. She shrinked. And now she can pass through the door. She can pass through the door. On the other side of the door, Alice found herself on the edge of a large forest. Now she has reached in the forest. She saw the white rabbit through the trees in the distance. Now she can finally see the rabbit. But the rabbit was far away from Alice. She started to run after him. She was running after rabbit only, but suddenly her way was blocked by two fat little men. Blocked means they stopped. Who stopped? Two fat little men stopped the way of Alice. Their name were like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. These are two fat little men, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. "My name is Alice." Alice introduced herself to them. "I am curious where the white rabbit is going." She asked them that I am only here to know that where the white rabbit is going. The two little men began talking at the same time. When she was asking to them, they started having a conversation between them. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Alice could not understand what they were saying. Alice could not understand the conversation going on between Tweedledee and Tweedledum, so she decided to set off in another direction. Her question was not answered by them, and so now she is separating her way. She is heading to another direction. Soon she came to a little house, and there she reached to a little house. As she walked up the path, the white rabbit ran out of the front door. As she saw a little house, she walked, and there she saw a white rabbit. He was now dressed in a tunic and ruff. What is tunic, children? A short coat. This is the short coat. And what is ruff? Ruff is a kind of collar. This is the yellow piece of cloth. This is the ruff, a kind of collar. "Oh my, I'm late," he cried. Again, he was showing time to Alice, and he told her, I am late. Then he said to Alice, "Go and get my gloves." He ordered Alice to bring the gloves from the house, from the rabbit house, the little house. Alice was too surprised to argue and went inside the little house. Now Alice don't want to argue. She just simply went inside the little house. She searched everywhere. What she was looking for? She was looking for a pair of gloves. Finally, she lifted the lid of a jar and found some biscuits. They looked very good to eat, so she took one. She reached into the rabbit house. Now she is opening a lid of the jar, and now she is having a bite of biscuit, and they tasted very good to her. When Alice ate the biscuit, she started to grow and grow and grow. When Alice tasted the biscuit, she started to grow. Now you can see her size. She is growing big and big. Soon she was so big that she bursting. Bursting means, children, to be full, as almost to break open. Out of the house. Her arms poked through the windows and her legs burst out of the door. Now she was poked means to stuck out. She was stuck inside the house and her size was so grown up that she is bursting out of the house. A monster. After seeing that, Rabbit cried in a voice, "A monster!" called the White Rabbit. "Perhaps, if I find something else to eat," said Alice, "it will make me small again." Alice told him that if I eat something again, then I will become small, like I was earlier. She stretch means extended out her hand and pulled up a carrot from the garden. She took carrot to eat. When she ate it, she began to shrink. After eating the carrot, she began to shrink. Now, firstly, she drank a bottle which reduced her size. Then after that, she ate a biscuit, which again she grown up into a big size. Then after that, she ate a carrot, which helped her to reduce her size. Soon she was so small, she could crawl under the front door. Now she was so small that she can crawl under the front door. The rabbit, pleased that the monster had disappeared, ran off down the garden. Now the rabbit was also pleased and happy that now the monster is away. Who is the monster? Rabbit called Alice as monster. Alice tried to follow him, but now she was so tiny the grass seemed like a huge forest. Now she was only chasing Rabbit, and now she was unable to chase him because the grass over here, it is like a huge forest for her because she is so tiny. "And who are you?" asked a sleepy voice, and their caterpillar was sleeping, and he asked Alice, "Who are you?" It was a caterpillar lying lazily on a mushroom. He was lying on a mushroom, and he asked Alice, "Who are you?" "I am Alice," replied Alice. Alice told that my name is Alice, and I wish I was a little taller. And she was wishing that she could gain her size back. Who is caterpillar? Caterpillar is the larva of butterfly. Suddenly, the caterpillar turned into a butterfly, and soon after, she observed that the caterpillar turned into butterfly. "I can help," said the butterfly, pointing at the mushroom. Butterfly is now ready to help her, and she is ready to help, and she pointed that at the mushroom. "One side of this will make you taller. The other side will make you shorter." Butterfly told Alice to eat one side of the mushroom, it will help her to become taller, and the another side of it will help her to reduce her size. Then the butterfly fluttered away. Fluttered means to flap the wings and move quickly. Alice looked at the mushroom, trying to decide which side would make her taller. Now she was confused whether she has to eat this side or that side. So she was deciding. Finally, she broke off a piece from each side and took a large bite from one. Finally, she made a decision that she will take a large bite from this side. Luckily, she had chosen the correct piece and was soon back to her normal height. She has chosen the correct size, and because of that, she has gained her normal height back. She dropped the pieces of mushroom into her pocket. Now the remaining whatever the leftover mushroom is there with her, she keep in her pocket. Children, this piece of story is adapted from the book Alice in Wonderland, and that is written by Lewis Carroll. Now we will see who is Lewis Carroll and we will read about the story also. Lewis Carroll, he was born in 1832 and died in 1898, we call like that, 1832, 1898, was a notable English writer of children's fiction like Alice Adventure in Wonderland and its sequel, Through the Looking Glass. His real name was Charles Lutwidge Dodson, and he was also an extraordinary mathematician. He was an eminent writer, and along with that, he was an extraordinary mathematician. His pen name was Lewis Carroll. Children, this is not the end of the story. If you want to read more about Alice and her adventure, you have to pick up this book. I hope you have enjoyed this story. Thank you so much for listening to patiently, and have a happy learning ahead.